Hey, good evening. This is Daniel Faubion again. This is going to be part 3 of my soldier bio, and I don't know how long this will go, but I'd like to stress once again that as a soldier in the U.S. Army and as an oath keeper as well to protect and defend my Constitution, the Constitution of the United States of America, even when I'm not in an active duty uniform, I feel that it is my job to stress how I feel our country is in danger to the American people so that I can further inform and educate to help you and I and everybody else gain liberty, security in our property, and true peace. As part of the group Vets for Peace, it's also part of my duty. So I'd like to talk about something briefly tonight, and I'd really just like to make a comparison. This might not be necessarily for the people who already agree with Ron Paul, already agree with Gary Johnson, already agree with some of these people that speak out against these wars that we're in right now, but it's probably still worth your time. I want you to picture something. I wrote this down on my blog the other day, which is Liberty-Ron Paul. If you go there, www.libertea-ronpaul.blogspot.com. My article was, I want you to imagine yourself in a country, I'm sorry, I already messed it up. I want you to imagine yourself here, right where you are, sitting on your couch at your office chair. I want you to picture, maybe waking up in the morning and you walk outside and you see a soldier there, and you know it's not your country. I mean, you know his uniform reflects that of another nation. He's carrying a gun, he's dressed in body armor, and he's standing there, and you greet him. I mean, he's right there in front of your home. And he can't talk back to you. He can't say anything because he doesn't speak your language, and it's weird. And every day that he's there, and he walks by, and he's just always there, he's invading your country, you grow to hate him. But what you grow to hate more is the fact that since he's arrived, you've seen innocent civilians killed, you've seen bombs go up, you've seen urban areas leveled to the ground. You've seen killings and drone strikes and tomahawk missiles, and every day you just hate him. Well, there's other countries out there right now that don't have to imagine that. They live that life. They spend every single waking moment in fear. And the last time I checked, it's not in our country's values to bring fear to other nations like that. The countries that haven't attacked us. I mean, these countries, Afghanistan, Iraq, the places that we bomb like Libya, Yemen, the places we sanction off like Iran, these countries have not attacked us. I don't know how else to stress that. There are militant groups that have been in these countries that have attacked us. And when we react to a situation like 9/11, which should have had a full-blown investigation, we should not wage war on a people. We should not be sending troops to Afghanistan to fight. We should be sending troops out to retaliate against the offenders specifically. And I was listening to Ahmadinejad the other day when he had an interview with Piers Morgan, and I was slightly shocked because there's a media bias against people like him. But he said, "Why? Why have you, as America, you're smart, you're powerful. Why have you lost over 6,000 soldiers' lives since you've lost 2,976 on 9/11? Is it worth it? You needed an investigation of 9/11. You can't wage a war on an entire country because of two people that weren't speaking for the nation as a whole." And he's right. I'm sick of seeing war. I'm sick of seeing innocents killed on both sides. I'm sick of seeing brothers in arms that I have slaughtered overseas because of what? I mean, they keep saying we're spreading democracy, but we're not even a democracy. Our founding fathers set us up to be a republic. Have you looked that up? There's a big difference. I mean, your country lies directly to you and acts like they don't even know what we are, and then says that that's what we're doing overseas. But it's not about that. It's about more than that. There's no reason to be bombing all these countries. There's no reason to be sanctioning off Iran. There's no reason to have 180 countries filled with over 900 military bases just from the U.S. And it's sad. Our imperialistic idea of this militant policeman of the world is jacked to hell, and it's got to be time that it ends. It has to end. If it doesn't end, it's going to wind up destroying us. It's the actions we take against these people create these militant extremists that then we say we seek out. Whereas if you picture, I want you to picture something. There's a great video on YouTube that I mean, it made me break down the other night. I can't lie. I watched babies. I watched women. I watched innocent men, civilians, urban areas, cities hit by drone strikes, and these people were just dismembered. They were bleeding on the streets or being carried away in stretchers. You heard children screaming. You heard babies. I saw a baby with his arm missing being carried away on a small stretcher into a hospital right after a U.S.-led drone strike that was supposed to be targeting militants, but wound up killing 15 to 20 other innocent civilians. And who's to say if we got this quote-unquote militant? And it's sick. It literally is an act of war. And people say, oh, Daniel, you're speaking out against, or you're speaking for our enemies. Well, first of all, what's your definition of our enemy? Is it what Fox or CNN has said, or is it what you actually know is our enemy? And second of all, no, I'm not. I'm speaking for America. I'm saying we need to protect our country by being in our country. If I have a baby boy due in December. His name will be Levi Andrew Faubion. Levi after Levi Strauss genes because they're amazing, Andrew after Judge Napolitano, and Faubion being my last name. And that boy will mean more to me than anything in this world. If another country sent a bomb over here, of any sort, or anything happened to that boy because of a militant attack from another nation, I would form the biggest extremist group and do everything in my possible power to make sure that country was harmed in the most possible way. Because it's not funny. Losing the life of an innocent, period, no matter what country they're in, is sad, and it's wrong. I'm Daniel Faubion. I'm a soldier in the United States Army. I'm an oath keeper. I swear to protect and defend my Constitution. I will never take action against the American people, but I will always also stand up for actions against the innocent people in this world, because every nation's sovereignty needs and should be protected, and we don't need to be there. Peace and liberty to you all, my friends, and have a wonderful night.